In a quiet town dojo, 9-year-old Aisha, a soft-spoken black girl with fierce determination in her eyes, stepped onto the mat. Some kids laughed, thinking she'd be an easy match. But within a minute, everything changed. What followed was a story of courage that no one in the room would forget. Hit that subscribe button for more unforgettable underdog moments. Aisha Thompson was only 9, small for her age, with neat braids that bounced with every step. Her gaze often seemed to hold 1,000 untold stories. She lived in Maplewood, a quiet Ohio town where the biggest thrill was the annual county fair. Her family had moved there 2 years earlier after her father lost his job at a Cleveland factory. Maplewood was peaceful, lined with trees and centered around a modest community center. But for Aisha, it was also a place where she felt like an outsider. She was one of the few black students at her school, and whispers and sideways looks followed her in the hallways. Sometimes, so did cruel words. Aisha found escape in the Maplewood Community Dojo, a modest, slightly worn-out building behind the public library. Her mother, Tasha, had enrolled her in karate classes 6 months earlier, hoping it would help Aisha grow more confident. Tasha had noticed how her daughter returned from school quieter each day, her shoulders hunched, her smile missing. Maybe, she thought, martial arts could help her stand taller. The dojo was run by Sensei Marcus, a lean man in his 50s with a salt and pepper beard and calm presence. He had a way of making his students feel capable, seen. That was all Aisha needed to keep coming back. One chilly October afternoon, Aisha arrived at the dojo. Her uniform was slightly wrinkled, but carefully tied. She loved the way putting it on made her feel stronger, braver. The class was small, just 10 kids, mostly boys aged 7 to 12. Aisha was the youngest and the only girl. Most of the boys ignored her, but 3 of them, Tyler, Mason, and Jake, made her their target. They were older, taller, and full of swagger. Tyler, the leader, had a freckled face and a cocky smirk. Mason, skinny and loud, mimicked everything Tyler did. Jake, quieter, followed them both like a shadow. As Aisha stretched, Tyler elbowed Mason and pointed at her. "Look at her braids," he said loudly. "Bet she thinks she's some kind of ninja queen." Mason laughed. Jake chuckled nervously. Aisha's face flushed, but she focused on her breathing like Sensei had taught her. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Inside, though, her heart pounded. She wanted to vanish. But something inside her told her to stay. Karate was the one place where she could be more than invisible. Sensei Marcus clapped, signaling the start of class. The students lined up. Aisha stood at the end. They practiced basics, punches, kicks, stances. Aisha moved with precision, every strike sharp and full of intent. Sensei gave her an approving nod, filling her with quiet pride. Tyler saw it too, and his smirk deepened. During a break, Tyler whispered something to Mason. Both looked at Aisha and laughed. She kept her eyes down, her grip tightening around her water bottle. Then came sparring. Sensei paired them carefully, stressing control and respect. "This is about learning," he said. "Not hurting." Aisha was matched with Jake. She felt nervous but stayed focused. Jake came in clumsily with a front kick. Aisha stepped aside, blocked it cleanly. Sensei called out praise. From the sidelines, Tyler shouted, "Yo Jake, you letting her beat you?" Mason added, "She's tiny. Hit her and she'll cry." The class snickered, some awkwardly. Aisha didn't flinch. She blocked another move and landed a soft tap to Jake's chest, perfect form. The teasing didn't stop. "Go back to playing dolls," Tyler yelled. Sensei turned sharply. "That's enough, Tyler. Respect your classmates or sit out." Tyler grumbled but went quiet. Aisha kept going, hiding the storm inside her. Class ended without more drama, but Aisha sensed something brewing. At home, she stared at the small trophy she'd won at a local competition, plastic and only 6 inches tall, but it was hers. She traced the tiny figure on top. "Not weak," she whispered. But the words felt unsure. The bullying got worse the next week. Tyler, Mason, and Jake bumped her during drills, whispered insults, and mocked her technique. "She thinks she's in a kung fu movie," Mason laughed one day. Tyler exaggerated her stance, laughing. Aisha ignored them, focusing harder, her kicks sharper. At home, Tasha noticed. Her daughter had grown quieter. "What's wrong, baby?" she asked one night. Aisha shrugged. "Just some kids at karate." Tasha looked at her, eyes soft but fierce. "You're stronger than they know. Don't let them steal that from you." A week later came a class that changed everything. Sensei Marcus announced a mock tournament. "Parents are welcome," he said. "Show us your best." Aisha practiced all week in her backyard, imagining herself flawless on the mat. The dojo buzzed that evening. Parents lined the walls, sipping coffee, chatting. Aisha's stomach twisted. Tyler and his friends were already there, smirking. Sensei opened with a demo, calling Aisha to perform a kata with him. She flowed through it with grace, drawing applause. Tasha beamed in the front row. As Aisha returned to her spot, Tyler whispered, "Bet she trips if she has to fight for real." Laughter followed. Aisha's fists clenched. The tournament began. Aisha's first match was against a shy boy, Ethan. They both landed points, but she won with a clean side kick. Sensei nodded proudly. Then came the surprise. "Challenge round," Sensei said. "Aisha, you'll spar with Tyler." Gasps filled the room. Tyler was bigger and known for roughness. Tasha's smile faded. Aisha stepped up, meeting Tyler's eyes. He cracked his knuckles. "This'll be quick." Sensei raised his hand. 3 points. Clean technique. Begin. Tyler attacked fast with a heavy kick. Aisha dodged and tapped his chest. "Point, Aisha." His grin dropped. He swung with a wild roundhouse. Aisha ducked, swept his leg. He crashed down. Cheers erupted. Red-faced, Tyler charged again, grabbing her arm. Not allowed, but before Sensei could stop it, Aisha twisted out, used his momentum, and landed a perfect spinning back kick. Tyler stumbled back, winded. 3 points. Match over. Under 60 seconds. The room roared. Tasha clapped with tears in her eyes. Sensei raised Aisha's hand. "That's heart," he said. Tyler stood frozen. Mason and Jake said nothing. The other students watched Aisha differently now. She bowed and returned to her spot, quiet and composed. Later, in the changing room, Aisha sat with her uniform folded beside her. The victory felt unreal. She thought of her dad, who couldn't make it because of work. Would he be proud? The door opened. Sensei Marcus stepped in. "You did something powerful tonight," he said. "But you don't believe it yet, do you?" Aisha looked down. "They won't stop. They'll just find another way." Sensei nodded. "Maybe. But you've shown them your fire. They'll think twice now." He handed her a small notebook. "This was mine when I was your age. Write in it. Let it remind you who you are." That night, Aisha wrote her first entry. "I'm not invisible. I'm Aisha. And I'm stronger than they know." It didn't fix everything. But it was a beginning. The next week, Tyler walked over before class. "Hey," he muttered. That was cool. Sorry, for before. She nodded, unsure. Mason and Jake kept their distance. At school, kids who never noticed her before started saying hi. She wasn't invisible anymore. Months later, Aisha stood on the winner's podium at the regional tournament, a gold medal around her neck. In the crowd, Tyler, Mason, and Jake, cheering. That day, she didn't just win. She changed something. For herself, and every kid who's ever felt overlooked. Want more stories like Aisha's? Subscribe, drop a comment, and tell us where you're watching from. Let's see how far this story can travel.